All right, thank you to the members for supporting this channel. Special shout out to DJ, Junjun Kim, Sehan, Esteri, Shi, and Navi.
네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 발칙한 토크의 빈본입니다. 오늘은 사전에 예고 드렸다시피 아주 특별한 손님, 마스터즈에 진출한 저희 유일하게 아직 안 나온 팀 중에 하나였죠. PRX의 알렉스 코치 모셨습니다. 반갑습니다.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome, Alex.
Yeah, I'm PRX coach Alex. Nice to meet you all. It's finally nice to be on the channel.
오케이. 자, 오늘은 좀 알렉스 코치에 대해서 PRX 얘기도 하겠지만 알렉스라는 어떤 사람인가, 몇 살인지, 그리고 어느 나라 국적인지, 어디서 태어나고 어디서 유년 시절 보낸 건지부터가 좀 궁금해요.
I'm 35 this year in not Korean age. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know there's a bit of a
international
difference.
age, yep.
No, this year I'm 36. I'm 35 right now. I'll turn 36 in 2-3 months. I'm born in Paris, so this champions does matter to me.
Oh.
So I'm born in Paris, but my hometown is a little bit like, I think south. I can't remember. But it's 3 hours away from Paris. You know, we have to take train, take car, and it's a small town in France. It's called Cron. So I mean, this town is like 5,000 people. You know, it's a really small town. I didn't live there. I lived in Paris with my mom, and after that, my brother for maybe 4 years, 3-4 years. Then my mom said, "I want to go back home." So my mom is Singaporean. My father is French. So my father was like, "Okay, come to Asia, start a company in Asia." So that my mom can live in Singapore. So since then been in Singapore until 32 years old. Then they kicked me to Korea to play this thing called VALORANT. So now I live in Korea. So I grew up in Singapore basically.
그럼 자 이제 어쨌든 파리에서 태어났고 싱가포르에서 자랐는데 과연 그럼 알렉스는 어린 시절부터 그냥 게임만 하는 소년이었는지?
I think I grew up not having a plan. But then,
No plan.
but okay,
no plan,
so
okay.
basically what happened was I started very late. Like I played games all my life because my mom gave me a Game Boy.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm like 5-6 years old. So I really like games, but I also really like sports. So when I was young, I'm in school team for football, tennis, you know, multiple sports, right? And I'm very injured. Very injured. I have torn ligament left knee, torn meniscus, torn ligament here, dislocated shoulder. Dislocated collarbone. Both my wrists are torn as well. So I'm very injured. So because of that, my first injury is 16 years old. Then I played CS 1.6.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. So that's when I played. From there, I just kept playing because I'm always injured. So I'm just playing. That's my history.
그러면은 뭐 어렸을 때 꼭 이게 뭐 프로게이머를 하겠다 또는 코치를 하겠다 이런 느낌은 아니었던 건지. 예.
Well, I mean, it's a bit different in Singapore, right? Because in Singapore, it's first standard of living is very high, so it's very difficult to earn a salary that you can survive on. But mainly, like in Korea, you know, like the people I look up to in Korea is all the coaches now. You know, like Termi, Bale, Solo, Barry, Glow. You know, the same team, right?
Yeah.
You know, I need to get the jerseys. I need all 5. I will do it this year, I think. Yeah, so those are people I look up to, but they have a team, you know, that you can go international events. Singapore, we have nothing. So you just play and then it's for fun, you know, that kind of thing. And then when CSGO came out, I got a contract, but it was really small. It was like 1,000 USD. And I was 26 years and 26 years old, 1,000 USD is very little money in Singapore, you know. So it was very difficult. So I mean, my plan was so I guess this is throwback, but I made it to National University of Singapore. So it's the top school in Singapore, one of the top universities. And throughout this, I was studying. I'm working a little bit so I have more money, and I was a CSGO professional player. There was very little money. So I was hard during this time, you know. Then in the end, I had to drop out of school because I kept failing because I was doing CS. But yeah. So that was pretty much what happened.
And then it just naturally led to Valorant.
So what happened was I was already gonna stop. It was like 29 years old already, but then PRX came in. It was like one more time, you know. So I was like, okay, we try one more time. So I was like maybe 1.5K USD, a little bit more money. So I could work on the side and also do that. So I could like have a proper income, you know. And then Jason came along and benched me. Okay. So and then Valorant came and then here we are.
자, 이어서 그러면은 PRX 선수를 하다가 수잔토 포세이큰이 들어오면서 벤치로 밀려났는데 어쨌든 PRX 찬단과 함께 어떻게 보면 감독이 된 건데 발로란트 시내 처음에 감독할 때 어려운 게 좀 없었는지.
I think it wasn't that difficult because when you are IGL in CS 1.6 and CSGO, I was IGL, right?
Oh.
So you are both coach and player at the same time, you know, because it's so like there's no money, you know, so I have to do everything anyway. So it was just like now I don't have to play.
So you can just
I can just sit there and do what I do anyway, but I don't have to practice. So like before, the hours are so long, right? I have to play myself, DM, I have to play DM, I have to watch VODs, I have to do everything. Now I just watch VODs. So actually it was quite relaxing.
PRX 하면은 IGL이 없다라고 이제 얘기했던 적이 있는데 진짜로 아직도 IGL이 없는 건지 아니면 다 같이 그냥 하는 건지.
Yeah, I think Still the same. If there is an ideal, it's Forsaken because he is the one that tells people what to do all around. But the system is more like the duelists need to tell us what they want to do. You know, we tend to look at it as like where can we find kills, you know, and what strats we have that fit the moment. So everyone has to tell them like, oh, this is happening here, this is happening here. We can do this. And then everyone's like, yeah, let's go. And that's why sometimes it goes crazy, you know, because they go like, yeah, then we go here, then they lose, they like, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's not really an IGL thing. It's still a community, like democracy, you know.
근데 이거는 뭐 또 포세이큰 얘기 나와서 그런 건데 궁금한 것 중에 하나가 포세이큰이 그냥 전 세계 원탑 플렉스란 말이죠. 모든 요원을 다 해요. 근데 이게 본인이 원해서인 건지 팀에서 시키는 건지 그래서 이게 궁금해요.
Firstly, I think he probably is the best player in the world. Like he's the most valuable player in the world for sure, if not the best. When you have someone like him who's very creative, you kind of have to keep the creativity going, you know. So if he gets bored, right, it becomes a bit destructive, you know. So sometimes he just tells me, "I want to play duelist," and then we look at him like, "Okay, we're gonna figure this out."
그렇구나. 포세이큰이 그렇게 한다. 이거는 근데 진짜 본인이 원해서네 그러면.
그쵸.
어쨌든 PRX가 퍼시픽의 대표되는 팀으로 자리 잡았고 성적을 꾸준히 잘 냈었는데 킥오프 당시 때 DF인가의 0대2 충격적인 패배였어요. 이때 알렉스 감독의 마음은 어땠는지.
I don't know. I mean, I think DFM know how to play against us. That's the real problem. I think that's the first time I've ever seen them give up. The first time in my life I've ever seen them give up. Like the 13-1 and I think they genuinely just I don't know what to do. You know, because DFM was playing so well and we were playing so bad. You know, so I mean, after we lost, I was like, okay, like something is wrong. I need to fix it. Yeah.
Okay, so were you angry or were you kind of like
No, not for
angry?
Pearl. I was upset for the Abyss one because there were a lot of rounds that we should have won. But then when I watched Pearl, I was like, okay, there's something wrong with our Pearl. I'm not sure what. I think what happened was we didn't practice Pearl so much because we knew there was a better map for us. And then this Teo came out and we didn't know what to do against it because not enough practice. And then like for example, now we know you need to shoot the drone before it gets too close, you know. But then we let the thing go all the way and then they just run up for free and then we lose the round and then nobody knows what to do. So we figured it out, but now there's no more Teo.
왜냐면 그때 지고 나서 킥오프가 그대로 끝났던 걸로 기억을 하는데 PRX 팬들 되게 충격적이었단 말이죠. 그때 저희 채널에서도 계속 얘기했던 게 지금도 꾸준히 나오고 있고 한국 팬들에게도 PRX 좋아하는 팬들이 꾸준히 얘기하는 게 결국에는 찡의 요원풀에 대한 문제 아니냐라는 얘기가 제일 많이 나왔어요. 사실 이거는 어떻게 보면은 찡에게는 기분 나쁠 수 있는 얘기지만 알렉스 감독은 이거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지 좀 궁금해요.
I mean, it's one of the problems. But I think the main problem is that Jinggg can play all the duelists and something can also play all the duelists. But then when you play duelists, you also need to play a very good operator. You need to have a very good operator. That's why certain people are best in the world and some are not as good, you know. Because like your duelist player needs to be able to use the op. And we have a better operator player, which is something. You know, he's definitely better than Jinggg right now. That means that on maps that I have to play one duelist, I have to put something on the duelist, which means Jinggg has to go to a different role. I thought that role would be better as him for Sentinel. You know, I want to make him like a bit like Alfire, right? Like he play like ISO, Race, and Sentinel. But you need time. No time. Yeah. So also the map pool also was quite bad. Like we screwed it up, you know. Like after 2024, we wanted to do like one duelist and try, you know what I mean? So that means some people have to switch roles. That's why it looks so messy in kickoff. And then when we did that, Jinggg try new role, something try new role, you know. And actually, I think you need like months of practice for that. But you don't have months of practice in the in off season. You know, nobody's practicing, so there's nobody to practice with. So even though something played like, I think everyone knows he played a shit ton of Sova for rank. So he's okay. He's okay at it. People say he's bad, but I think he's pretty okay at it because actually, it's just an experience thing, you know. Same thing for Jinggg, but then Jinggg had to play like Cypher. He had more to play. Something played one Sova. Yeah. Jinggg had to play all the different Sentinels, so it took a while for him to get used to, and it was a bit weird, you know, because normally the Sentinels lurk. He's actually an aggressive player, so I need a different lurker. Yeah. So it was too weird. So that's why we tried him on smokes, and it's a lot better.
그래서 최근에도 저희 컨텐츠에서도 얘기했었잖아요. PRX 조합에 대해서 또 대부분의 이제 많은 뷰어들이나 시바견도 또 조합 문제 나올 것 같다. 저희가 얘기했던 것 중에 하나가 알렉스 코치가 약간 조금씩 애들이 길들이기 잘하는 것 같다. 썸띵도 원래 Z만 하던 애인데 브림 브리치를 시켰다가 갑자기 늘고 있는 것처럼 찡도 이제 그러면은 오맨에 이어서 다른 것도 계속 늘릴 건지 좀 궁금해요. 이런 것들이 저는.
Yeah, I think the talk around turn 22. So that was after first just before franchise. I told them that they all need to pick up new roles because eventually there's going to be a lot of agents, right? And if we need to run triple initiator, who's going to play initiator? So I told them that, but then I told them that we will do it like bit by bit off season. I'll tell them where I want them to go in terms of their career. Like for example, next off season, Jinggg is going to use operator a lot. I mean, I think it's part of the job. If I don't do that, because I mean, firstly, you have to be lucky enough to have a team that's very good. Then you can do this. If you don't have a good team, the players are just going to change, right? But I have good players, so that means that my next part of my job is to make sure that they improve.
그러면 이어서 축복받은 감독이라고 했는데 그러면 마인드프릭은 그게 안 돼서 교체가 된 건지 좀 자극적일 수 있지만 팬맨은 어떻게 합력이 된 건지 좀 궁금합니다. 이거는 네.
Yeah, I think in this case it's a bit different. I think in VALORANT, for some reason, I think the team cannot stay together for too long because you get comfortable. I think this was the case of like the team is too comfortable, so when they lose and they win, it's not so they don't have drive anymore. You know what I mean? And it gets harder and harder every time. So having to change mindfreak was more because of that. Not because he's playing very badly. I was trying to find someone like PatMen for a long time. I want to find a player that has not played any other esport. So I found him. He only played VALORANT, doesn't play any other game. So his mechanics are different. The way he shoots and the way he moves and things are totally different. That's one. And I find this guy, like he does everything. So I was like, this is perfect, So that's why we took him in. And like, I think the characteristics matter.
새로운 팬맨 선수도 영입이 되면서 스테이지 1이 또 진행됐는데 사실 스테이지 1의 그룹 스테이지가 그렇게 좋진 않았어요. 왜냐면은 DRX 젠지전을 2대1로 되게 어렵게 지면서 되게 분위기가 안 좋았는데 그때 DRX 젠지전을 지면서 좀 분위기가 괜찮았는지 좀 걱정이 됐었거든요. 그때 상황이 좀 어땠는지 좀 궁금합니다.
I mean, what happened was we lost this 8-0 lead against DRX, right? And then we were losing Icebox. And I was like, oh shit, man, we're getting hammered. But then they came back Icebox. I think last match was Lotus, and then DRX pulls out double Zulus. We've never seen that before. Then this was it Humin? Oh, it was flashback. He just keeps running out on Yoru and shooting at us. And it was really difficult to deal with. And our comp was quite rubbish with Relay. So we couldn't do anything. So that was okay. So we said, okay, after that match, we're like, Relay kind of bad. Maybe we don't play Relay. Then we play Jinggg and we're like, okay, we can beat this one. Sajjad's not playing very well. We can beat him. It's like he's rusty. We have a good chance. And then we lose. And then he top frag against us, I think, on Ascent. We lose that one. And Munchkin 1v4 us. Oh my god. On Haven. I shouldn't have picked Haven. I should have picked Pearl. That was my mistake. So I looked at it, I was like, we pick Haven because we prepared for it. And then, oh my god, pick Pearl next time. But then we lost that one. That one after we lost, we looked at the bracket, we're like, okay, we still can make it. We need to win 2 out of 3. But then after that, we lost. Yeah. So I mean, talks wise, I think we just tried to stay positive. After Boom, we signed a new performance coach, and that helped a lot. I think every team should have one, a good one. They can.
근데 그 궁금한 게 퍼포먼스 코치라는 게 잘 모르는 분들을 위해 설명이 좋은 게 이게 심리 상담가인 건지 아니면 뭐 행위를 해서 도와주는 건지 궁금해요.
I'll be honest with you. Before that, I didn't know what a performance coach did.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of vlogs. So I watched Coming Corp, Sentinels, everywhere. I was looking everywhere. I was like, I need to find someone. So I was like, what do they do? What our performance coach does is, in-game name is Panda. He basically teaches them how to be calm under pressure. So one thing we do every day is meditate. He also keeps the mood up. He has a lot of tools to keep the reaction speed up. He's very active with the team. So if that's a problem, right, he would like bring the guy out and go talk about it. Sometimes life problem. He's also a trained chef. He tries to like cook like Philippines food, Indo food, Russian food, so that they feel more at home, so it's like little things like this actually matter. So it's like small touches, right?
One in all. Like
he's a Superman, dude. I don't know where we found him, but very, very, very capable guy.
저는 제가 생각했던 퍼포먼스는 뭐냐면 저는 NFL을 좋아하니까 거기는 막 이러거든요. 막 뺨을 때면서 Let's go, let's fucking go, hey, let's go. 난 이건 줄 알았어. 근데 그게 아니네.
Because he thought like he watches NFL. So like,
I do as well.
He
I really like NFL.
When he heard performance coach, he thought he was gonna like slap players' faces and wake them up and telling them, "Let's go, let's go." That's what
I thought as well. Because that's what I watch in American performance coach. They're super. And Ilya something saw that. It's like, dude, I wish I had that. Like it'll be really useful. The same thing happened when he played T1 and he played Brimstone, 1 kill.
Yeah.
Performance coach came in, spoke to him. I spoke to him. Performance coach spoke to him. But I think it helps a lot.
Yeah, and then he played very well after.
그러면 말 나온 김에 이제 something의 브림 1킬 나왔잖아요. T1전이잖아요. 그게 T1이 그때 이제 마스터를 우승한 직후였는데 또 준비하면서 좀 약간 무섭지 않은지 T1이 기세가 그때 진짜 많이 올라왔었는데 어떤 마음으로 준비했는지 좀 궁금해요. 저는.
I mean, we played T1 so many times before, and it's the players that we played before, so it's not. I mean, it's not like, they're Masters winners, we have to be careful. It's more like, let's kill them.
Oh, let's kill them.
Let's try. Let's go get them. But it's also like I think it's stacks, you know, and we like to play stacks. It's funny.
Yeah.
I like to. That's why he got knifed. Like, oh, knife him.
Yeah.
안 싸워요. 아 이거 그냥 다 같이 놀러 오는데요. 네, 결국 이렇게.
그럼 이어서 또 something이 브림스톤을 1킬 했는데 퍼포먼스 코치는 달래줬지만 알렉스는 퍼포먼스 코치가 아니란 말이에요. 그냥 코치지. 알렉스의 기분은 어땠는지.
No, but I feel that wasn't his fault, you know. I think that was my game plan. That was really bad. Because when we were playing as T1, I mean, now that Theo is not there, I guess I can say it. They used to do certain things all the time. They would like, we would be able to tell you where the Theo is playing based on how far the missile cut. So we were looking for that. But the problem is, they didn't do that. They didn't miss out early, and also stack safe is stun. And we were prepared for like a certain thing, and it didn't happen. So we were just trying. I was like, I had to pause after 7. I think 7-1. I was like, guys, you gotta stop. Like, I'm wrong.
Okay,
we have to do something else, you know. And then Ilya, something had to suffer because of that. Because his first time playing Brim, you know. And then we don't want to play Teo anymore, so we had to find a way to put. You know, second time he played was perfectly fine. First time, whew.
자, 중요한 거는 T1전까지 이겨내면서 저는 이때 분위기가 제일 달라졌다고 생각을 하거든요. 사실 실제로도 T1전 이기고 나서 좀 선수들이 약간 붐업이 되면서 약간 느낌이 달라진 건지 좀 궁금해요, 그런 게.
Oh, they were very happy. Very happy. I think after we beat DFM, like a weight lifted off their shoulders, you know, because we just cannot win, right? It's like 4 games. We never lost 4 in a row in our lives, you know. So that means after that game, we were like, okay, we can do it. We can make the run. So we're gonna beat Boom, beat DRX. I thought we were gonna win the tournament, man. I was like so confident. Then after that, RRQ stop.
자, 중요한 거는 말씀해주신 데 DRX전도 잘 준비를 해서 이겨냈었고 RRQ전까지 갔는데 사실 DRX전과 RRQ 때 가장 많이 나왔던 얘기가 결국에는 PRX의 맵풀에 대한 얘기들이 나왔어요. 왜냐면 요원풀과 연결되는 게 결국엔 맵풀이기 때문에 가장 걱정됐던 RRQ의 BO5였거든요. 그러니까 맵풀이나 이런 요원풀들 걱정 안 됐는지 이때.
Our real problem was we can't play Haven at the moment. So we knew we were gonna ban Haven. And we were hoping that they ban Split. I mean, not ban Lotus. No, ban Split, but they ban Lotus, yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, no, that's not good.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you wanted them to ban Split.
because at that time our Split was not comfortable yet, you know. So we were hoping like, please ban Split again, you know. They ban Lotus, and we're like, screw it. We have no choice, you know.
Okay. So there was a little bit of worry depending on how the veto goes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, in the BO5 is you already know what maps are gonna play, you know.
Yeah.
They're almost like all. Yeah, so it's not that much of a worry. It was more like against T1 and against I think DRX we were a bit careful because DRX, you know, like we didn't new team, right?
Yeah.
Because they had to play Australia and they had to retool. So we don't know what they want to pick. T1, I mean, I was quite surprised they picked Ascent, but it's good for. But normally our Ascent is bad, so I don't think it's a bad choice. But then the last map being Lotus is good because we were very prepared for Lotus, really.
뭐 어쨌든 이렇게 해서 RRQ전도 어떻게 보면 아쉽게 또 패배를 했는데 어쨌든 마스터즈는 확정은 지었고 결승은 못 갔단 말이에요. 그때 RRQ전 지고 나서 좀 아쉽거나 그러진 않은지 팀 내부적으로 어떤 얘기를 했는지 좀 궁금해요. 그때 당시에는.
When the first thing we said was like, shit, we need to play this EWC thing. Can I go home? Can I go home?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh crap.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the main one.
Okay,
We
that
were
was
like,
the main
that was the main talk. But aside from that, we were like, okay, it's done. It looks more like we ran out of energy than anything else. I think the mistake we made was after we qualified for Toronto, we just let go, you know, like you have to keep the intensity up, right? I think I should have spoken to them that day and I should have told them like, look, tomorrow we still have to play, you know, so you have to forget everything. But I didn't, you know, so we were just celebrating, we're happy, we go back, we come back, lose the RRQ, and you don't get enough proper rest, you know.
결국에는 이제 지나간 얘기니까 RRQ 젠지가 결승전 대진이 완성이 됐는데 누가 이길 줄 알았는지 알렉스 입장에서는.
Genji.
Jinggg?
No, but I thought it was because of maps, you know, because I know Genji is okay on Ascent and they're very good on Lotus.
Yeah.
And they lost both. And then I can't remember the maps. I think Icebox,
Yeah.
Lotus, Genji,
Yeah.
you know, and then after that, maybe RRQ take maybe Ascent, you know, and then the rest Genji, you know, that's what I thought. But no, didn't happen. I'm not sure, man. I saw Karan playing very well, you know, he was killing everyone Lotus and suddenly they just lost the game. I mean, from experience, I think the hardest thing in the world that you can do is rematch finals. You play upper finals against someone, the person that loses tends to win, you know. So I think that's what happened to Jinggg. Like you over prepare or you under prepare, you know, and you go in and it's a bit weird. Because I mean, EG did the same thing to us.
좋은 기억은 아니죠. 뭐. 네, 뭐. 자, 뭐 일단은 이렇게 해서 준비된 스테이지 1의 얘기는 끝났는데 또 마스터즈 토론토를 가게 됐는데 마스터 준비는 좀 어떻게 돼가고 있는지 좀 궁금해요.